So kindly share your details in the chat box. We'll start the class in bit moment. I hope everyone visible my screen. Anyone having any issue with the screen or voice? So I hope everyone here is for Azure BA. Anyone who is looking for Power BA or MS BA. So this will be coming sessions. So this is completely for Azure BA. Under that main course is Data Factory, ETL. All right. Is anyone who looking for Power BI reporting or MSBA tool? Please let me know so that I can guide you for the next session. So we are only discussing about Azure BA, Azure components, Azure services. Data Factory is one of the service under Azure. Okay. Our course key role is Data Factory. So if anyone having any doubts, I'll clarify your doubts once the class is complete. Okay. So once the class is complete, I'll clarify your whatever the questions, whatever the doubts that you have, you can ask me. All right. So anyone know what is BI and what is the BI process? And what is the Azure? What are the cloud providers in the market currently, which is booming? Types of clouds. These questions are raised in the interviews. So any course related BI, any course if you go related to a BI, you require to know basic things as to what is BI and what is a BI process. If you know this BI and BI process, you can jump in future any tools. It may be of MSBI, Power BI, Azure BI, or specific tools like SSIS, SSRS, SSAES. These are the different tools that we have in market. Cognos BI, Tableau BI. Okay, I hope you heard all these names. ClickView, some SAP tools, Informatica. So there are a number of BI tools that we have in the market. Why we are selecting for Azure BI as a data factory, or why we are selecting Azure BI data factory? Because of the cloud, because of cloud that we are selecting. So whatever these tools are, this is not a softwares. These are the not software. We are not developing any softwares. So we are not developing any softwares here. We are not coding anything here in our course. And these tools are not a softwares. We are not developing any software here. We are only working on these tools. These are the tools. So any tools you want to learn, first you need to understand what is the tool, what is the purpose of this tool, how it is work, what are the components are there in this tool. So whatever you see these BI tools, these are just tools. This is not a software. You are not going to develop anything. You are working already developed tools. Already someone is developed. On top of that, you are developing other things. You are not developing this tool. You are not extending this tool. This tool is already developed. The tools is already developed. You are using the tool to help the business. That is what we require a BI developers. That is the reason we require the BI developers. So how to help the business by using these tools? So that is nothing but a BA process. Okay. What is a BA and what is a BA process? This is we need to know first. Any tool you go in future, any tool or any other things or other tools you go without knowing these 2 points, please don't jump any tool. Whether it's a Power BI, MS BI, Cognos, Azure BI, Data Factory, these all are BI tools. So first we need to understand what is BI and what is the BI process. If you understand this BI process, you can jump as you're saying any tool. Anyone know what is BI process or anyone know what is BI? It's okay, correct or wrong. We all are here to learn this course. No issues.
Business intelligence.
Business intelligence, okay. What it will use or what it will help you to the business. Yes, definitely it is a business intelligent tool, but what helps to the business or business people or end user? What is the use of this tool and what this tool will give us? So if you see any company, they start the company or if they start any business, they required data analyst or BI developers. Definitely they required BI developer or data analyst. So we are comes under the data analyst and BI developer. We don't come under the business analyst. We are the data. We only work for data. These all tools we will be working only for data. We are not working for anything. This tool only use the data. Data is completely your life. Complete life you will be using the data. Data again comes under different formats. It may be a structure format, it may be a semi-structure format, it may be unstructured. Complete life you're going to use with this data. You only need to handle the data. Nothing is there. But before going to this also, we need to understand why why whenever the business start, why these people are required BI developers. Even the Java developer is there or not, even .NET developer is there or not, we don't care. They required BI developers. Definitely they required BI developer. That is what these jobs are like evergreen. Our programming jobs are today you'll get a new programming language, tomorrow you'll get a new programming language, next updates. But this is something called evergreen jobs. Wherever the business is there, your job is there. Even you go supermarket also, even you go ration shops also, they required business. For business, they want to know analysis.
Yes,
Even
yes.
even you go any kind of small shops, what they want to see how business is going, whether revenue is generated or whether I am going in the loss. These people are required. Some person who can help me to grow my business. At least he give me some information also, I'll do it. So for them, they required BI developers. So one thing keep in mind that wherever the business start, whoever company start the business, you require data analyst or BI developer is mandatory required. Whether they hire the Azure BI, whether they hire the Power BI or whatever tool they use, they will use. They have a jobs, lot of jobs we have on BI developers. If you know BI process, as I told you, you can jump any tool in real time. What that is what people are from Informatica. They are the ETL developers. People from the SSIS, ETL developers. People from the Power BI, they are report developers. People from the Cognos BI, they are report developers. That's they are swapping their jobs. Now they are not giving this much of salaries in these tools. That is what people are moving. These users are moving to the Azure BI. Lot of opportunity, lot of jobs we have currently, and salaries like anything. I'll show you recent interview that I faced for one of the company called United Health Group. Once the class is complete, I'll show you how much they are paying it. Basic questions they ask you. Even my student can give that answers. At least who go through this course, at least 35, 40 videos who go through this one, he only can answer that questions. The basic answers, basic questions. Currently on this Azure, no experienced persons are there. Currently in Azure, there is no experienced persons are there. That is what they are asking basic level of questions in the interviews also. What are the questions? FAQs, recent questions. That all I'm going to give you in the drive along with recordings. These basic questions they are asking you. If you go experience level, if you go Power BI, if you go some other tools, they are already existing tools. They are working from last 5, 10 years tools. People know the situation. People know the real time case. They will ask if you're going experience, they'll ask the real time case. But here, no real time. Very less people you can find real time. Okay. So you first need to understand what is the BA and what is the BA process. So people who are already working in the same process, can may ask you the detailed level of questions. And let me tell you my background. So before starting this one, let me tell you my background also. I work for Wipro. So I'm completely into BA, end-to-end BA. I started working with some of the tools, BI tools, like Cognos and all in Wipro. I was a part of some team, and then I was started worked for IBM, where I was part of one of the company called Henkel. This is a company, German company. This is same like supermarket. This is a Henkel products they use. Okay, very big company. Henkel, you can go and search in the Google also. For them, I work for a complete MSBI developer. Then I was started working for Digital. Then I was started working for Digital. This is currently in Hyderabad. Okay, this is in Skyview. So I'm working for this company from last 6 years. Okay, in the same company, and I'm working as a assistant manager and team lead. So whatever work I give, the same work I'll show you in real time here, how it works, what we do in real times. how the approach is, what is the interview questions, that all I'm going to explain. Okay. So this is my background. I'm completely into BI process, end to end. So when you work with some small companies, okay, when you work with small companies, you will be handling end to end projects. So in this company, I was handling complete end to end project. That means from scratch to target, I was working till report delivered to the end users. I was working. Okay. All right. So guys, whoever is not share your details, please ping your details in the chat box. Okay. So please ping your details in the chat box meantime. All right. So we are here to understand the first BA process. Then we'll discuss about what is Azure and that is simple it is. Data fact is simple. Pipeline is simple. I have a lot of examples. I have many examples. I have other examples in detail level. We'll discuss that practically also. First, before going to this one, as I told you, you need to understand BA and BA process. Business intelligence, someone told. Yes, it is a business intelligence. Definitely, it is a business intelligence. But what actually we do in business intelligence? Let's give you basic example. I'll not go much technically for today. I know there are non-technical persons also there. So I'll just give you some basic example so that you can relate where we are using the BI process. Okay. Let's suppose I started business. I invested a lot of money in supermarket. Okay, in supermarket. Guys, please mute your mics. Any questions are there? I'll answer your questions once the class is complete. Okay. All right. So this is supermarket. So I started a supermarket business and I'm a owner and I don't have any technical knowledge. I'm a business background. I know only how to do business, how to invest the amount, how to perform. I don't have any technical knowledge background. So what these people they do, they invest a lot of money on business to start any kind of business. Let's suppose they started a business called supermarket. Okay. In the business also, let's take example called DMart. Okay. If you observe or not, when you go DMart, when you go DMart, you will find there one billing counter. If you people are observe or not, they will have application in the system. Whenever you take purchase a product, the application have written in .NET, Java, whatever it is, that is not our headache. What that application will do, the moment customer purchase a product, let's suppose any product they purchase, what they do, they go for billing. This is we call as billing application. This is a billing application. So what billing application will do, whatever you purchase, that will capture in the system, the quantity, the price, the revenue, the price, discount amount, some tax amount. This all will be calculated and you'll get a final amount. Okay. The moment that person submit, the moment that person click on submit button, what happened? This information will store in their system, right? In their system, that is information will be stored. They may be connect with some connectivities. We don't know what connectivity they use. They may use, we are not going any programming here. Maybe they use some JDBC, ODBC, okay, ODBC, or maybe JDBC, whatever the connectivity. We don't know what they are using it. But this is your live storage account. We call OLTP. So the names will be, terminology will be, you feel that it is a new, but believe me, this is only complete life you have to use these terminologies. Okay, only this terminologies only you're going to use complete BI. So whatever the live data is there, whatever the, let's suppose it is started morning 8 a.m. the store, complete data they're going to post in the this one. So some company they have a files. They store in Excel, they store in CSV. Some companies they use databases, SQL databases. Some companies they use cloud, they use data lake, they use blob storage. Depend upon the company budget. Whether they want to store in files, whether they want to store in cloud databases, whatever it may be. But what your business owner is asking you is, I want a report, I want to do analysis, I want to take business decisions. Business decisions, how I am going to take? First, I do analysis. How you do analysis? When you have a report. How report will be generated? How report will be generated? When you have a proper information. What information contain? Data. How the data is coming? That is the question. Who is giving a data? Who is generating a proper information? And how to generate the reports? And then based on that, they'll take. So now here BI resources will comes into the picture. BI people or BI developers will come into the picture. Then followed by whatever it is happening in background. So to take a business decisions, to take the business decisions, because end of the day they want to know my business is at least going revenue is generating or not, or else there is waste of developing this business. Whether I'm getting profit or loss, at least I want to know. So they will have these graphs. They'll see these graphs in the reports, whether it is going high, whether it is going down. That doesn't have that much of time. Who is customer purchasing what product? They always do the business on high level of information. They always do the reporting on high level of information, like year-wise sales, daily sales, monthly sales, weekly sales. They will do this kind of high level of information. They will see. Business owner never see what customer purchasing what products. They always want to do on high level of business. So let's suppose he asks you the report because they want to take decision. They want to analyze before decision. Before decision, before analysis, they required report to analyze. Report is required proper information. Information comes from the data. Data will be provided by the BI developers. Now I'll go to the BI developer. Now I'll ask him, even BI developer is not there. I'll ask the SQL developer because it is a using the database. I'll hire a SQL developer. Even you hire a SQL developer also. What the people they do, they'll write a query. Select star from product table. Whatever the product data is there, he will fetch the data from here. He will put in the Excel file. He will put in the Excel file. Even you know Excel also. He will put in the Excel file and he will give the data to the end user. But he want a report last 5 years of data. He want to analyze 5 years of data. How you are going to provide? Because in live data, if you observe 10 or 15 years back, 15 years back in bank people also, when you go to the bank, you want to deposit some amount. When you want to somebody's credited amount to your account, how you going to identify? You have to visit to the bank with your passbook, right? Guys, can you able to see the paintbrush? Is the window is visible or in the same window it is? Okay, thanks. So in earlier also in the banks also, somebody's deposited credited amount also, you have to take your passbook, you have to visit to the bank to get the entry to understand whether I got amount or not, whether my amount is deposited or credit or not. You have to go to the bank. What bank people they do, they maintain Excel sheets. Excel sheet, who is deposited, one sheet, who is credited, who is created accounts, separate sheets they maintain. After 5 p.m., what they do? They update in the live servers. They update in the live servers. You immediately cannot see in the live servers. Now your amount is credited, deposited. You cannot see the in the passbook after 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. Or next day you take to a passbook. You go to the bank. Then they'll put an entry in your passbook. So nowadays you don't require a live server. Yes, definitely it requires live server, but also the historical data also you can maintain at the same time. So you no need to worry. So what happened? Your BA process will start here. Your BA process will start. Whatever the data is there, whatever the data, because I cannot extract the data 5 years of data, which is asking. In live server, I can maintain only max to max 1 month of data, 1 week of data, max to max or 1 day data. Because every day you get millions of transactions every day. So we cannot maintain all the data in the live server. Why we cannot maintain? It is having capability to maintain in SQL Server. If we maintain in SQL Server, if you maintain in the file, if somebody is updating thing from front end, update, insert, delete, the person is up, they want to return the product, the person is want to purchase a product, these all operations are performing. If they want to update, he has to look millions of records if you maintain 5 years of data. So any company, you take any company, they're not going for max to max 1 week of data. 1 week more enough. In our company, we maintain max to max 1 day data. Once the data is complete, we do the BA process. What is a BA process? Let me show you now. So what we do after your your uh, your store is closed. Let's suppose your store is closing 9 p.m. After 9 p.m. there is the idle. Even you cannot query also directly when the business is running, because it is when you are querying, this table will be hitted and other this process also going on, and the same time you are also doing it, there may be chance of blocking. So that is the reason we use as a BA process here. So we extract the data as a ETL tool. We extract the data, we transform them. Transform is nothing but your data may comes from the different countries, different files. So it may comes from the different sources. It may be files, it may be a CSV, it may be a JSON, it may be a Parquet, it may be a cloud storages, it may be a data lake, anything. Whatever what we are doing, we are extracting those data. We are extracting those data. We are making them transform. We are making them transform. Transform is nothing but cleaning the data. Whatever unwanted data is there, we don't require unwanted data. So for that, we are cleaning the data. So anything that you want to, let's suppose, for example, what we do, let's suppose you want to cook the chicken. What we do, first we purchase that things, we clean them, we properly wash it, okay, and then on the top of that we apply some ingredients, then we'll cook. Here also same thing. Whatever the data is coming, different formats of data, it is coming from different sources. So we take this data, we arrange them proper order, we arrange them, we going to clean them proper order, which we not required, we remove them. Unwanted data we don't require, or the data which is not in proper, we remove them. And whatever information we required, we're going to extract them. And that extraction we call here as, that extraction we do here in, and we store this data in a form of extraction, transformations, and finally we are loading the data as a historical data. Here is historical data we are holding, only analysis data, only readable data. So after 9 p.m. you can start your jobs. Jobs means this is a one-time development scheduled. Every day 10 p.m. it will pick the data, it will process the data over here, it will load the data over here. And whenever you want the data, you can simply go, you can query directly from here, even morning, evening, whenever you want. Only this time will be busy. Complete 24 hours you can extract this data, and you can share this data in the with the end users, whether success or profit, whether loss, All this data you can share to the end users. And again, you are doing manual work here. You are writing a query, extracting is manual work. Extracting is a manual work. That is the reason we call here as report developers. These people, what they do, they develop a reports now. These people will develop the reports now. Okay. So here what they do now, they will they will help us to automate our reports, whether it's a Power BI, whether it's a SSRS, whether it's a Tableau or any other reporting tools. So these people, what they do, this query, whatever the query you have written, the same query they'll put it in the Power BI. Report is nothing but the query. Report is nothing but just a query. So here also report, here also query, whatever the query they want, SSRS report, or whether it's a Tableau report or Cognos report, whatever it may be. So what these people they do, they hit the query. They will hit the query. Simply, they will the query whatever is there that will hit to the your database. And in this, let's suppose in this database you have historical data, huge wall. This is like a inventory. This is like a complete warehouse. In warehouse, in warehouse you have all region data. That is what we call here as OLAP system, online analytical processing, and this we call as online transactions processing, analysis processing here. All company data you have here. Let's suppose I'm storing the country wise data. So India, USA, UK, India region, Canada, all country data I'm storing here. So let's suppose you are hired report developer to work only for UK reports. What you're doing, you're filtering in your all reports are UK. So that is the reason what happened when you extract the data from warehouse, it takes lot of time. Again, what we ETL developers, okay, what we do, what we do as a ETL developers. So here in on-premises, the earlier tool they was using is SSIS. Now cloud they are using as data factory. Okay, it may be using earlier as SSIS. Now they are using ETL tool as data factory. So here they are processing as a ETL thing. Okay. So same thing here, what they do, they load the data again in data marts. Data marts is nothing but a specific or chunks of databases. So let's suppose they are working for UK. They want separate DB. They can maintain. No, they want USA data. They maintain a separate DB. Instead of warehouse, from warehouse, again we are creating the pipelines, data factory pipelines. This pipeline, what it will do, again it extract the data, it transform them, and it will load the data here. Whatever the transform, whatever the required data they want, they can directly extract the reports from this data marts. Okay, they can directly extract. Data mart is nothing but a specific region data. That is nothing but the data marts. Some companies like JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, Henkel, they are the business companies. They have a huge volume of inventories. They have a huge volume of products. So they're going to work on cubes. They will work on cubes. This is another special kind of database where you have aggregation data, calculations data. You no need to calculate anything. All will be calculated here, the aggregations. So some company they maintain the cubes data because of pre-calculations, because of aggregate data and calculations. All are calculated here. Calculations. So they no need to do in the reporting level. Again, we required ETL developer here also. See, wherever you are going, we require ETL developer. And you can think how much work you have. Again, here also we required ADF developer. ADF, ETL developer we required. And once the data is there, you can go with the reporting. That is what nowadays also, even when you are going for any reporting tool, whether it's a Power BI, whether it's a Tableau, whether it's any reporting tool, they are going. They doesn't have that much of work. Only they have to develop the report from the so and so sources. So ETL tool is mandatory for them to go for interviews. So to deliver this report, why we are using this users? They will automate directly to the end users. Instead of giving manual, they'll directly automate with a good visualization, with a proper visualization, they'll automate here. Directly business will see these reports. So this is we call as end-to-end business process, end-to-end business process. So to get the report, this is the process you have to achieve. This is we call BI end-to-end process. So more involvement here is data factory, ETL tool. Here it is involved, here it is involved, here it is involved. So data factory is mandatory for even for report developers, because tomorrow what their work have, once the report is done, they'll taking a lakhs of salaries. So for interview purpose, they require to go with this one. Not only Power BI, any reporting tool. If you're going for only ADF, not required any reporting tool. They know he can easily work on reporting as well. So this is our end-to-end business process. That is what, to achieve the business, to start up the business, we required systems to be purchased. We required softwares. We required operating systems. We required physical storage. Separate team is required. We required database team is separately. We required ETL developer separately. And moreover, separate means okay, but all you are maintaining in your local company level. You have to purchase a license. If a 3 months project, 4 months of project, you are purchasing a SQL Server license, it is very costly. After 3 months or 4 months, what you do with this license when you don't have projects? Company also will think that. Now, nowadays, what is happening in the companies are developing someone, maintaining someone. I work for one project in Wipro. The project was developed by Accenture. We are maintaining it. We are handovering it. The same way, project is 3 months and they are giving handover to someone. And whereas in IBM, which I work, they are completely development and support. So like this, if 3 or 4 months are there, you don't want to purchase the license and all. Company, even nowadays, people are not going after COVID. Mostly people are doing work from home. Earlier, there was no work from home until unless you get a special request from your manager or team lead. Nowadays, everyone want to work from home only. Even the company people, they are giving work from home because of the infrastructure. If you see in my company also, we have only max to max 100 or 120 seats are there. So we are going rotational. So infrastructure, they want to reduce the cost. That is what Microsoft suggested is, Microsoft suggested is to go for a cloud. Microsoft has suggested you no need to worry, you no need to purchase any license separately. We are going to give you ready to use. Microsoft what is suggested? He will give you systems. You no need to worry. They will give you license. You want operating system, will give you operating system. You want virtual machine, you want system, will arrange you system. What Windows you want, we'll give you Windows. We will give you OS. What keys you want, we'll give you keys. You want storages, physically you don't want to maintain storage. Let's suppose today, in physical, in normal, in on-premises, you declare as 250 GB, you are storing it. Tomorrow, you want to increase 100 more GB. Can you do 100 GB more extra? It is not as simple it is. Your system will support 250 GB and you are trying to increase 100 GB more extra. That system also will support or not, we don't know. We require separate IT team to configure. Even you put external also 100 GB, Whether that system will give you a proper response, or maybe a chance of performance degradations, or maybe chance of lagging. We don't know. But in the cloud, you want 100 GB, take 100 GB only. No need to worry. If the data is increased, if the transactions are increasing, immediately you can switch to 200 GB, you can switch to 1000 GB, you can switch to whatever GB you want in easy method. You want ETL tool, Microsoft is giving the ETL tool. You want a SQL Server, you don't need to purchase a license also. They are giving you enterprise editions. Microsoft giving you enterprise edition evaluation from scratch. Generally, from 2008 to till latest version they are giving you. You no need to purchase a license. Whatever you want, just go to this portal. They have given a store. The store name is, they simply store, they given a store. The store name they given as Azure. The store name is Azure. And in the Azure portal, in the Azure store, they're asking you to visit and purchase what sort of product you want. Purchase it. How you go Amazon, Flipkart? What you do in Amazon, Flipkart? You'll go to the Amazon, Flipkart, you'll purchase some products. Here also same thing. You purchase for rental purpose. How you will stay in the rent house? How much time you stay in rent house? You pay that amount. Here also same thing. You will use all the features. If you go high range apartments, what we do? We own their rent. We use all the properties like amenities, swimming pool, other things. Amenities we use. Here also same thing. We are using all the features of SQL Server, all the features of cloud, and we are only paying how much I am using it. If I am not using this system in the night times, I'm not going to pay. If I'm not, I'm just storing 250 GB, even though I declare as a 1000 GB, I'm just stored as a 250 GB. I'll pay only this amount. Data factory also, when the data is required, only 9 a.m. or 10 p.m., only I'll pay that amount only. How much I'm storing, I'll pay that amount. So that is the concept they introduce as a cloud, but that doesn't mean it's stored in the cloud. This is not a cloud. You are acting like a cloud. You are acting like a virtually, but physically also they are maintaining on behalf of you. Somebody is working on behalf of you. There is a scripts. If you want to store 250 GB, you are here is acting like a virtually. Okay. Simple example is your Google Drive. You're storing your photos, images, documents. Did you ever observe where it is storing? You're storing in the drive. That is okay. That is also one of the cloud. But they are storing in one physical data center. One physical data center. The same way, cloud also will store in one physical data center. That is the reason for this. There is a lot of opportunity for Mindtree. If you heard or not, this company Mindtree, they hire only for Microsoft for contract base, because here also their opportunities are getting increased for Microsoft. If customers are increased, here also opportunities are will get increased simultaneously. So if you go for Mindtree, even for data factory or any other services, they are maintaining, they are hiring for support people for Microsoft contract base. If you stay 2 or 3 years, automatically you'll convert into permanent role. Okay. So whatever the amount or whatever the time that you want to spend in Azure, you spend only that amount only. You don't need to pay complete for license. So that is what we call here as the account we call here pay as you go. How much you are using it, pay amount that much only. The same project. Here we have a system. Here we call as virtual machines in cloud. You want storage. We call their data lake. We call Azure SQL, or we call as blob storage. Here we on premises we have SSIS. We called in the cloud is data factory. We call here as ADF. Excuse me. ADF. Here you call here as what we call, here you call as SQL Server. There we call as Azure SQL Server, Azure Feature SQL Server. Here you have analysis services. There you have also analysis services. Here you have a data base, data warehouse. There also we have a Synapse database. So these are the different process that we have from compared to on-premises. Okay. So same picture we are implementing in the cloud. That simple it is. Instead of hiring separate developers, instead of hiring the separate this team who work on the infrastructure, who work on the systems, IT team is required, security team is required, storage team is separately is required, dedicatedly in company. This all will be overcome. This all will be flushed out. Only we have a jobs on cloud. Still company are moving. There are different type of projects that we have currently. Different type of projects. So one is support project, one is development project from scratch, one is support with development. Companies are moving towards the cloud. Moving towards the cloud. The same cloud they want to develop from scratch in cloud. Already which is someone is developed, you have to work on support as well as the development. Okay. So right now we have seen what is BA and what is BA process and what is Azure. Okay. And what are the cloud providers in the market? So don't worry, practical I'm not explaining today. We'll discuss in tomorrow's class practically freshly. So I'll discuss practical, whatever we are seeing today, that all I'll show you practical way so that you can understand better way. So what are the cloud providers in the market? Nothing but one of the cloud providers is Azure, which is famous currently. Okay, which is famous. That is nothing but your Azure. And one of the cloud providers are Google. That is we call GCP. Another one is Amazon. Very, very important. Sorry, the AWS, right? AWS. So like this, they have other things also like IBM, some private cloud providers, other things are there. So we are not going focus on this one. We only cloud our competitors are this two, Amazon and Google. So right now, if you see Azure have lot of components, lot of services, and very easy tools we have, easily managed tools we have, and pricing also very less compared to other tools, other cloud providers. Okay. So what is the type of clouds? I'll discuss in tomorrow's class. I have now another session from 9. So we'll meet in tomorrow's class. We'll discuss this type of clouds and as well as we'll see the practical sessions. Okay. So I am not taking any practical for today. Whatever I discuss theoretically, same thing I'll implement in the cloud now, yesterday in tomorrow's class. Okay. Understand the BA process? Any questions, any doubts for me?